Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment.
In the meantime, let's go back to New York City. Want to get some updates on the case that is unfolding there regarding Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs' life has taken an unexpected and dramatic turn, leaving fans and onlookers in shock. Once a powerful music mogul at the helm of the hip-hop industry, Diddy now finds himself at the heart of a growing crisis: his sudden hospitalization after his time at the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn has sparked a whirlwind of speculation and concern. What could have been urgent enough to warrant a late-night hospital visit shrouded in secrecy? Is this just a routine checkup, or is something more serious unfolding behind the scenes?
That's where Diddy has been for months now, but last week he was taken to the hospital. According to reports from the New York Post, Diddy was transported from MDC in the cover of darkness at about 10 p.m. on January 30th. He was taken to a Brooklyn hospital for an MRI after reporting issues with his knee.
Official reports state that Diddy was transported to Brooklyn Hospital Center for a knee MRI, a routine, non-invasive procedure. The skin was recommended after he complained of persistent pain stemming from past injuries, including one from a marathon he ran in 2003. However, the timing of this visit has raised some eyebrows. Why was this procedure conducted in the dead of night, hidden from the public eye? Sources suggest the late-night timing was to avoid drawing attention from other inmates and staff, but many remain skeptical. Why go to such lengths for what seems like a simple knee scan? Could there be more to this story than what's being revealed?
Apparently, Diddy's knee has been bothering him recently, so he reported it. At some point, it was decided that he needed medical care outside of the jail, so he was taken to a Brooklyn hospital.
Diddy's health has been a topic of concern for years, with the mogul being candid about his past surgeries and injuries. In 2020, he shared that he had undergone his fourth surgery in just 2 years, including treatments for his rotator cuffs, a knee replacement, and issues with his quads. On social media, he humorously joked about being clumsy, suggesting it was God's work to slow me down. However, with recent reports noting his dramatic weight loss, graying hair, and an increasingly frail appearance, fans are left questioning, is this just another chapter in his ongoing health struggles? Or is something more serious unfolding behind the prison walls?
After that initial review of his current medical situation during his physical, and then there's follow-up to that process if there's something found, immediately. But, you have to understand, daily there are medical staff walking through the units, doing what we call sit call and asking inmates, are they okay? And then you have folks that are walking around passing out meds.
Let's take a closer look at the situation. Diddy has been incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center (MDC) since his arrest last year, and the facility's brutal conditions are no secret. Often referred to as hell on earth, the prison is notorious for overcrowding, poor sanitation, and rampant violence. High-profile inmates like R. Kelly and Ghislaine Maxwell have also been housed there, and reports about life behind bars paint a grim picture. Inmates at the MDC are reportedly subjected to maggot-infested food, freezing temperatures, and extended lockdowns, often confined to their cells for days on end. Could these harsh conditions be taking a toll on Diddy's health? It's not hard to imagine how months of enduring such an environment could wear down even the toughest individuals.
Definitely go out in his institutional jumpsuit. He would be handcuffed, leg irons, and what we call a Martin chain, which is the waist, the chains around your waist, handcuffs, and then what we call a black box. That would be a little mechanism that would go over the handcuffs to make sure that he is not moving around necessarily, and I'm almost certain that they probably have.
Adding further complexity to the situation are rumors of internal conflicts within the prison. Some sources have speculated that Diddy might have been involved in an altercation with other inmates, resulting in injuries that required medical attention. While these rumors have been denied by those close to the rapper, the mere presence of such claims highlights the volatile and dangerous environment he's facing. Beyond that, there's the question of whether Diddy is under increasing external pressures. Could the combined weight of his ongoing legal battles and the harsh conditions at the MDC be pushing him to his breaking point?
I mean, inmates have procedures all the time. I mean, you have folks there with cancer, you have folks there with, serious other chronic diseases. And sometimes it does require individuals to have surgery even while they're on pretrial status. So
what's truly concerning, however, are the rumors surrounding secret interrogations. Insider reports suggest that federal agents may be pressuring Diddy for information about certain video recordings that allegedly contain incriminating material on other high-profile figures. These tapes, often whispered about as the blackmail tapes, are said to feature footage from extravagant parties Diddy has hosted over the years. If these tapes exist, they could implicate powerful individuals and expose activities that many would rather keep hidden. The stakes are incredibly high, and the stress of being caught up in this web of secrets could be taking a significant toll on Diddy's physical and mental well-being.
Incredible. And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent until proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? And, we could debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, well, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent until proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocent until proven guilty.
Now, let's talk about Diddy's appearance. Those who have seen him since his incarceration note a striking difference from the man he once was. Known for his larger-than-life presence and flawless style, the Diddy who recently appeared in court seemed like a mere shadow of his former self. Observers pointed out that he appeared significantly thinner, with graying hair and a demeanor that hinted he was struggling. Journalist Elizabeth Milner, who attended one of his hearings, described his transformation as astonishing, highlighting how dramatically different he looked compared to just a few months ago. This physical decline has only fueled speculation about Diddy's deteriorating health, raising serious concerns about whether he'll even make it to his trial in May.
Legitimate concern. No judge wants to wake up and read the headlines the next day, oh, they treated this guy special and they gave him bond, and now he's gone and he fled from justice. So that's what's in the back of most judges' minds. On the other hand, we deal with cases where clients have significant funds sometimes, and sometimes where there's money, you can craft a unique solution. Years ago it was the ankle bracelet and the ankle monitor.
But what if there's more beneath the surface? Some theorists speculate that Diddy may be facing a previously undisclosed illness. His rapid weight loss, pale complexion, and the secrecy surrounding his hospital visit have led some to wonder if he could be battling a life-threatening condition. Could it be that the knee pain was just a cover story, and the true reason for his late-night trip to the hospital is something far more serious? If that's the case, why hasn't his legal team or representatives addressed these rumors directly? The silence surrounding this situation only deepens the mystery, leaving fans and followers anxiously searching for answers.
That with all the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone.
Then there's the question of whether Diddy's current situation is just a coincidence, or part of a larger conspiracy. As a high-profile figure with immense wealth and influence, he certainly has his fair share of enemies. Could someone be pulling the strings behind the scenes to orchestrate his downfall? The timing of his arrest, the brutal conditions of his detention, and now his sudden health problems all seem too convenient to ignore. Some have even suggested that his hospitalization might be staged as part of a complex scheme to extract information or weaken his resolve. While these theories may seem far-fetched, they reflect the growing unease surrounding his case. Still, there are those who insist that Diddy is holding up just fine. Sources close to him say he's focused on his defense and determined to clear his name. They describe him as being in good spirits, doing his best to stay active and healthy, despite the difficult circumstances. But how much of this is the truth? And how much is just damage control? With so many conflicting reports, it's hard to know what to believe.
By everything, they're going to try to transfer him, they're going to try to get him out. In a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about a wrongful prosecution, because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
As Diddy's upcoming trial approaches, one pressing question remains: will he even make it to court? His deteriorating health, the harsh conditions of his detention, and the mounting legal pressures paint a grim picture. Yet, the story is far from over. With every new twist, the mystery only deepens, leaving everyone wondering what comes next. Is this the beginning of the end for one of music's biggest icons? Or does Diddy still have a few surprises in store? Only time will tell. The web surrounding Sean Diddy Combs' life behind bars grows more tangled and mysterious as his health reportedly declines and rumors of hidden secrets swirl. Adding to the complexity is a chilling theory: Diddy's legal battles may not be entirely coincidental. Could it be that forces beyond the justice system are working to silence him? The conspiracy theories surrounding his case are both disturbing and captivating, raising an unsettling question: is Diddy being targeted in a calculated effort to erase him from the narrative before he can reveal the truth?
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
Yes.
the shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
Let's dive into one of the most explosive theories circulating: that Diddy's current situation isn't solely about the charges he's facing, but rather about protecting others who could be implicated if he ever chooses to speak out. Over the years, Diddy has established himself as one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment industry. His influence, connections, and access to sensitive information have earned him both admiration and fear. Now, some insiders are suggesting that Diddy's empire wasn't just built on music and business savvy, but on a vast network of secrets that could potentially ruin careers, reputations, and even lives if they were ever brought to light.
It sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotape.
This leads us to the infamous blackmail tapes. Rumors surrounding these recordings have been circulating for years, whispered in the darker corners of Hollywood and the music industry, allegedly. These tapes contain footage from lavish parties, hosted by Diddy, where some of the biggest names in entertainment and business are said to have let their guard down in ways they'd rather forget. Sources claim these events were meticulously documented, with Diddy supposedly keeping the recordings as leverage. Whether or not these stories are exaggerated, the mere notion of such tapes has sent shockwaves through the industry. If Diddy really possesses this material, it's not hard to see why some would go to great lengths to keep it from ever seeing the light of day. But here's where things take a much darker turn. Some believe that Diddy's fall from grace isn't merely the result of his legal issues, but part of a calculated effort by powerful figures to neutralize him before he can reveal what he knows: the timing of his arrest, the harsh conditions of his detention, and now his concerning health problems all seem to perfectly aligned to be mere coincidence. Could this be part of a larger strategy to silence him? It's worth noting that the Metropolitan Detention Center, where Diddy is being held, has a notorious reputation not only for its squalid conditions, but also for the political maneuvering that often takes place behind its walls. High-profile inmates like Diddy are especially vulnerable, as their fame makes them both a target and a pawn in much larger power struggles.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there.
Adding more fuel to the fire is the report that Diddy has been refusing prison meals out of fear for his safety, according to prison consultant Larry Lavini. This isn't just a case of paranoia, it's a calculated decision. Lavini speculated that Diddy may be concerned about the possibility of someone tampering with his food in an attempt to harm him. What if someone on the outside knew someone working in the prison? Lavini questioned they could slowly poison him over time. While this might sound like something straight out of a thriller, the troubling history of the Metropolitan Detention Center suggests it's not entirely far-fetched. With reports of inmate violence, contraband smuggling, and even alleged staff misconduct, it's clear that this facility is rife with danger.
Understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on watch.
But concerns about tampered meals may not be Diddy's only source of paranoia. Other insiders suggest that his fear could stem from threats he has allegedly received from people outside the prison walls. According to these sources, Diddy is worried about retaliation from individuals who believe he might expose damaging information to authorities. The timing of these threats is said to coincide with the FBI's rumored interest in questioning him about the infamous blackmail tapes. If there's any truth to these claims, it would help explain why Diddy seems to be constantly looking over his shoulder. even behind the secure walls of a federal facility.
Some people do think that Diddy can help him, but this guy's going to be locked up forever. His case will probably take at least 3 years to litigate. He'll stay at MDC. There's rumors that he wants to go to Essex County Jail in New Jersey because he doesn't like MDC. He's a Marshals inmate. There's no way they're going to transfer him back and forth, I don't know, several times a week.
Adding to the growing tension, some of Diddy's closest associates have reportedly started distancing themselves from him since his arrest. While this could be a strategic move to protect their own reputations, it has sparked speculation that they may know more about the allegations against him. A few former collaborators have even begun leaking cryptic statements to the media, hinting at their own experiences working with the music mogul. This has only fueled public curiosity, with many wondering if these individuals are preparing to testify against him in exchange for leniency in their own legal battles. Meanwhile, rumors are circulating that Diddy has been keeping a meticulous record of his business dealings, personal interactions, and the people who have wronged him over the years. Some are calling it his insurance policy against those who might betray him. If such a record exists, it could become a powerful weapon in his defense or a bargaining chip with prosecutors. However, it also raises the stakes for anyone who fears being implicated, further heightening the tension surrounding his already precarious situation.
That's it. You know, if it is privilege, of course they won't. But if it really is what the prosecution says, that has nothing to do with the case, or even worse, it's actually evidence of witness tampering, because we all know the attorney-client privilege, there's a crime fraud exception. You can't use your lawyer to perpetuate a future or continuing fraud or crime. So if the documents are what the government says they are, they're going to get them again. And again, it's just going to be a matter of days, because I don't expect.
Of course, Diddy's legal troubles add yet another layer of complexity to an already chaotic situation. The charges against him are serious, and the evidence presented by prosecutors paints a troubling picture. However, some believe the case against Diddy has been strategically exaggerated to ensure he stays behind bars as long as possible. Federal prosecutors have reportedly revised their indictment several times, adding new allegations and victims, something that many see as an effort to overwhelm his defense team. Whether this is simply standard legal strategy or something more sinister remains up for debate. But it raises a critical question: who benefits from keeping Diddy locked away?
So there's a few things going on. First is the privilege issue. The judge will decide whether the documents are privileged or not. If they're not, they're going to go to the government. If the documents are not only not privileged, but they're evidence of witness tampering, then a few things can happen, all of which are bad for Sean Diddy Combs. First, of course, he could face obstruction of justice charges in a superseding indictment.
The conspiracy theories don't stop there. Another widely circulated narrative suggests that Diddy's legal troubles are part of a larger effort to dismantle his empire. Over the past 3 decades, Diddy has built an impressive portfolio of businesses, from Bad Boy Records to his ventures in fashion, spirits, and media. His success has made him a cultural icon, but also a potential threat to those who may view his influence as a challenge to their own power. Some believe that taking him down could open the door for his competitors to swoop in and claim what's left of his empire. While this theory may seem far-fetched, it's not without precedent. The entertainment industry is notoriously cutthroat, and Diddy's pioneering role has undeniably made him a target.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment, as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
Despite the swirling conspiracy theories, Diddy's legal team has remained resolute in their defense, asserting that he is innocent and that the charges against him have been exaggerated. His lead attorney, Mark Agilo, has called the case a flawed prosecution driven by a desire to tarnish Diddy's legacy. Agilo has also stressed the challenges of preparing for trial under such harsh conditions, arguing that the Metropolitan Detention Center is an unsuitable place for anyone, let alone someone trying to mount a legal defense. However, as his lawyers continue to fight for his freedom, time is running out. With his trial scheduled for May, Diddy faces an uphill battle to prove his innocence and regain his freedom. What makes Diddy's situation particularly compelling is how it touches on larger issues of power, influence, and accountability in today's world. Is he a victim of his own success, taken down by the very system he once ruled? Or is he merely facing the consequences of his actions, with the justice system finally catching up to him? The truth likely lies somewhere in between. But one thing is certain, Diddy's story is far from over. As the legal drama unfolds, the public will be watching closely, not only to see his fate, but also to understand what his case reveals about the world we live in.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
For now, Diddy remains behind bars, fighting not just for his freedom, but for the legacy he's built over decades. Whether he emerges from this tumultuous chapter as a cautionary tale or as a symbol of resilience will ultimately depend on the events that unfold in the coming months. What's clear, however, is that the world will be watching closely, and the stakes have never been higher. As the mystery intensifies and the conspiracy theories continue to swirl, one can't help but wonder how much of the truth we'll ever truly know, and more crucially, will Diddy live to share his side of the story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this explosive case. Until next time, stay curious and stay tuned because, trust us, this saga is far from over.